Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you're having an amazing day. It is Friday, July 4th, 2014, and this is the facts of the matter. Creating God in our image. As our society continues to slide into its moral and spiritual abyss, we believers tend to follow suit by calibrating our views of God downward. In order to ensure the fact that the stark contrast between our duplicity and God's holiness is not too obvious. After all, it's tough to keep one foot in each camp if the contrast between the two is too great. In truth, the gap between man's perception of God and the reality of the true God is shockingly greater than most of us can ever imagine. Isaiah the prophet, for example, when visited by the Holy One, declared, "Woe to me, I am ruined, for I am a man of unclean lips, and I have lived among a people of unclean lips, and my eyes have seen the King, the Lord Almighty." Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. And he said, "Go, and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not." We can see God everywhere: the trees, the storms, the grass, the bees, the birds, the Word. But a lot of Christians perceive him not. They will acknowledge that he's here and everything, but they won't acknowledge him. One way we calibrate our view of God downward is through rationalization. Rationalization. One of those words that I just love to stumble upon. Rationalization. Meaning, we tend to rationalize things smaller than what they really are. We rationalize the filth we regularly drink in our system through entertainment, all those movies and video games and TV shows and music that constantly curse, that show nudity, that allow homosexuals to be on it, that allow liars, and they promote adultery and lying and stealing and homosexuality. We know it's wrong, but we rationalize by saying it's only a TV show, it's only music, it's not real life. But in all actuality, that's dumbing down the Christians and making them believe that and making them rationalize that way, when in actuality God does not want you to see that. God's standards, however, is this: you will set before your eyes no vile thing. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think on these things. And that comes from Psalm 101, verse 3. I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave unto me. And Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely. And most of you guys know these, but let's continue. Whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. That's what he wants you to think upon. Truth, honesty, purity, lovely, good report, virtue, and any praise. Those are the things that he wants you to think upon, not of hate, violence, cursing, nudity, adultery, fornication. And honestly, you turn on the TV and that's all you see. Theft, lying, adultery, fornication, sleeping around before you're married, living with somebody before you're married. And the entertainment industry makes it seem like it's okay, it's acceptable. It may be acceptable to the world, but as a Christian, it should not be acceptable whatsoever. You should not feel acceptable. In fact, I wasn't too much worried, but True Blood, the last season, came out on HBO. And me and my husband are sitting there watching it, and all the nudity that came on, instantly I felt myself turning, and I just could not watch it. And no, I'm not saying that that's how you guys are supposed to be because you're Christian. That's what God's saying, and that's what God will convict you of sooner or later when it's your time to be convicted of that. I know there's a lot of Christians that still feel that it's okay to watch that type of stuff, to listen to that rap crap that's F this, F that, F bomb, and to hear people say GD all the time or JC all the time. And I said it that way because I didn't want it to be using the Lord's name in vain. And if you say Jesus Christ in any other way but prayer and loving and understanding and compassion and guidance, it is using his name in vain. And definitely when you say GD. And you should not even allow that to be acceptable in your household. I don't. And I will call each and every one of them upon it every time they do it. We rationalize our self-indulgent lifestyle. Christ's calling, however, is that Luke chapter 9 verse 23, and he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Verse 24, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. Deny himself. Let him deny himself. Deny himself. Does not have to be all about you. And it shouldn't be all about you. You should deny yourself anything and everything that is not of Christ. Take up your cross daily. Pick it up, drag it around with you as he had to. We rationalize our work ethic. Christ's warning, however, is that Matthew chapter 5 verse 20. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. If you're acting like the scribes and Pharisees, you won't enter into the kingdom of heaven. Your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of them. Creating God in our image by rationalizing our flesh-driven behavior. The Word of God does not allow us that option. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 14. Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Follow peace with all men. Love, kindness, long-suffering. Endure like he endured. Holiness. Be pure. Have his holiness. Because without that, no man shall see the Lord. Are you creating God in your image? And that is the facts of the matter. For Friday, July 4th, 2014. Peace be in you, my brothers and sisters. May the Lord have mercy on us all. I love you guys so very much. God bless.